All right, so the day before the Montreal Canadiens are set to play in Seattle, which, by the way, is tonight at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. It's going to be late out east for the people in Montreal, in Quebec, but you're not going to want to miss this one. Shane Wright called up to Seattle in time for the game against the Montreal Canadiens, and honestly, I knew that eventually Shane Wright was most likely going to get called back up to Seattle. I didn't think that Seattle was going to send him straight back to the OHL, to the Kingston Frontenacs, especially after what he was doing in the American Hockey League. If you're looking for his official stat line, he officially played 5 games with the Coachella Valley Firebirds, 4 goals. So 4 goals, almost a goal a game. With that type of stat line, I didn't think they were going to send him back to junior unless he really looked rough and all those goals were extreme ice tilt puck luck off his pants or something. But he looked good. He looked like he was starting to get his swagger back. He's up with the big club now. We'll see what happens. I know that Team Canada announced their World Junior Selection Camp roster, but the NHL guys still have a chance to make the team depending on if their teams decide to let them go or not. So there is still a chance we could see Shane Wright and Connor Bedard on the same Team Canada. And don't forget guys like Adam Fantilli, who looks unbelievable. But that's a discussion for another video. He's back with Seattle, and again, there is still a chance that Dave Haxtell, knowing him, the boomer he is, that he doesn't end up playing with Seattle tonight, Shane Wright. But most likely, I think Shane Wright will play tonight with the confidence that he's built playing with the AHL Coachella Valley Firebirds, and he's starting to get his groove again, having a chance to play against the team that wronged him. There is a chance. However, again, because Seattle's been playing so well, they look like a good playoff team this season. He could also sit, but I would be honestly really sad if Shane sat tonight. Again, the stare down and not picking him, the whole saga with the NHL draft and the Habs picking juraj slafkovsky instead of Shane Wright, it would be just a criminal shame for Shane Wright not to be in the lineup against Montreal tonight. The entertainment value would just be too good. And I know coaching staff, they don't care about entertainment value. They're there to win a game, and they're going to make the best decision to win a game. But I don't see, even if your team is playing very well like Seattle has been, I don't see how you see a kid who would have such an intense fire lit under him playing against a team like Montreal here. I don't understand how you don't see how that would help your lineup immensely. Okay, seriously. Could you imagine the storylines if Shane Wright scores his first NHL goal tonight against the Montreal Canadiens? Could you imagine that? Seriously. And again, the matchup against juraj, it would be too juicy right now. Juraj Slafkovsky versus Shane Wright, their first matchup tonight. That would just be so amazing to see. And hey, if you're a Habs fan out east, do whatever you gotta do. Chug Red Bulls, coffee, slap yourself, whatever you gotta do to stay awake for the 10 o'clock Eastern start time for this one. Seriously, you are not going to want to miss it against a good Seattle team. And it's just going to be such a fun game to watch. And hey, I mean, if you can't tell, I'm unbelievably pumped for this game tonight. I think it's going to be such a great matchup. And I want Slafkovsky to go out there and give a great performance, which, by the way, his game has really been coming along lately. He's been looking a lot better, and he's really been compounding and growing, and he looks good. I'm happy with where juraj Slafkovsky's game is at right now and where it's going as well. I think Monahan is really helping him since he's been put on that line. And as for Shane, I want him to succeed. I mean, I know I've made a bunch of videos like, oh my gosh, is he a bust, all this stuff. It's a worthy conversation. Like, of course we need to talk about it, and it makes sense to talk about it because there were teams who passed on him when he was ranked to go first overall since 10,000 BC, right? But I want the kid to do well. I want him to go out there and I want him to play well. I don't want him to rub it in Montreal's face. Like, if he scores, I don't want him to do some dumb celebration like telling Montreal they should have drafted him or something. That'll be telling if he does that. All the rumors about attitude and, oh, is Shane Wright a bad attitude? Is that why maybe they went with Slafkovsky? The character issues. The rumors about that, to me, if Shane were to score or get a point or something and taunts Montreal's bench or makes any type of gesture, anything like that, to me, that all but confirms it. Because you don't do that. I think that would absolutely be disrespectful. I don't think he should do that at all, and that would be very telling if he did. But other than that, I really want Schenn to succeed because I do think it was just bad luck. And this whole narrative that's been spun, it could be true, but I also think it could be just a case of bad luck for the kid. And I want him to help turn it around so he can be painted as the star again that he was painted as before he was drafted, right? So I want both of them to succeed. It's going to be such a fun game. Let me know, are you going to stay up for this? Actually, better question, what are you going to do tonight to stay up for the game to make sure you're wide awake to watch this, Habs fans? Let me know in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.